Testing. All right, now my mic right. Good morning to everybody that's in here so far, and also anybody that's going to replay the show today. You guys are obviously super duper important to the growth of facts and stats, and everything like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some background music on real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and get started in like 5 to 10 minutes as some people are coming in here or will be coming in here. What's good, TJ? Hello, BJ brother. That's good. What's good, Drew? My dog Drew on Twitch, man. What's good? What's good, John? What's good to everybody that's in here? Showtime. Justin, what's up with you, Justin? To the ones that's on Twitch, thank you. You can watch on Twitch or you can watch on YouTube, either or. I'm grateful. Either or, I'm grateful. Some people prefer Twitch over YouTube. Nah, I did not. That's coming soon. All right. All right. All right, cool. I'm gonna get us about 1 to 2 more minutes, y'all. Again, thank y'all for being in here early and ready to go. Nah, we still got defensive linemen and linebackers too. We still got it all. All right, let me go ahead and get started with the show today. All right, my bad. All right, good morning to every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily facts and stats show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until. Super duper excited. Today finally hit different. Josh, good morning. Today finally hit different for me. After what, 2-3 weeks. Finally got a new computer by the grace of God, so can't do nothing but pretty much thank the man above, and I finally got me a gaming PC because I will be spending a lot of time gaming as well on top of obviously streaming facts and stats and things of that nature. So I'm good to go now. I'm excited. I'm ready to get back on the grind. I'm ready to have my camera on regularly without having to freaking use my other phone or whatever the case may be. Definitely back like I never left. I got to attack TikTok again. I got to attack Twitch when it comes to the gaming aspect. But, small setback. It ain't nothing. So either way, for the ones that's in here already, thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all take your shoes off at the door. What I mean by that is make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video to help the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across facts and stats and be willing to listen into the show, or 2, join the stage, and or 3, come back around and be willing to be a part of the community, like majority of you all are, or majority of you all do when it comes to come back around. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Also, feel free to comment anything throughout the show today. I answer any question for the most part. Anybody that comes on the stage today potentially probably can answer anything as well. Also, if you do not share this out with one person, feel free to share this out with one person. The same way, Billy, what's up with you, Billy? The same way you guys come back on a day-to-day basis. I'm pretty sure some people that you may share this out with will probably come back on a day-to-day basis as well. And that's what it's all about, growth. And just trying to grow the platform and things of that nature. Be Young, what's good, brother? What's good with you? Appreciate you as always as well. So yeah. Last but not least, outside of that, when it's floating on the bottom of the screen, if you are not subscribed, make sure you all subscribe to the platform on YouTube. It's Daily Sports Show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And like Billy just said, it is draft day. I'm super duper excited for the draft. Next, there are a couple of things you guys can do to extend your support for the platform. First and foremost, you can become a member. As I see floating on the bottom of the screen right now, I'm at 34 out of a short goal of 50 members. If you are not a member in here, you want to help me obtain that goal, please feel free to join and become a member. There's 3 different levels you can join as: level 1, level 2, and level 3. They all have different perks. Obviously, all have different. All have the ability to send emotes into the chat. You obviously get the fact and stats logo next to your name, etc. So if you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a member. How can you become a member? All you have to do is click the link in the description on this video. Again, I'm at 34 out of a goal to get to 50. Click the link in the description on this video that says become a member. Choose whatever level, and then I will greatly appreciate that. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers at any time. And as you see floating on the back end, all extended support is greatly appreciated. All extended support is greatly appreciated. Next, you got the Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. This is important. The Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is important, and I'm so happy I can finally share my screen while I'm talking and be regular. The Twitter, this is the Facts and Stats Twitter page, 5,000 plus followers. Will be more if I never shift it. But it's where it started at. 3 years ago, in 2022 in April, I took Facts and Stats from just a podcast to a daily sports show. And I started on Twitter Spaces, and it was the growth was amazing. Fast forward now, 3 years later, we've been through a couple of platforms. Went from Spaces to Playback. Went from Playback to YouTube. About 7 months ago or 8 months ago for YouTube. And the next one that I'm attacking is Twitch. And I'm super duper excited about the Twitch aspect of it. So again, make sure you all follow Facts and Stats on Twitter. Why Twitter is important? Because this is where I tweet where the show will be held. Like I always make a tweet like this. We're going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time today. Tune in on YouTube and Twitch, right? And I break it down like this. And then I provide the links in under. Also, I don't like canceling shows. So instead of canceling sometimes, I'm going to do what I did yesterday. Sometimes I can't guarantee it, but for example, yesterday the show won't be live at 11 a.m. today, but I will go live later on this afternoon. I did not put a time. If you know, I didn't put a time in that tweet because I didn't have a set time. I was running around yesterday, had to do errands, and then on top of that, I ended up with getting a new computer. So can't do nothing. Thank God for that. So again, it's important to follow Facts and Stats on Twitter because I always tweet things out like this. Also, if you are a member or subscriber on YouTube and you see the YouTube post, I always will post what I tweet on YouTube as well. Thank you for that. Thank you for that follow. Flex Live as Clips. Appreciate it. Truly mean a lot on Twitch, bro. Truly mean a lot. Next, to keep winding down. Hold on. To keep winding down, the apparel, the website is back. It is definitely, well, it never went anywhere. I'm talking about somebody's back. It never went anywhere, but I do have the ability to just share that on the screen as well. Listen, y'all, if you don't have any Facts and Stats apparel, I got a couple of shirts left, like 8, because I sold some at the cookout. I got like 8 shirts left. I also had some gray shorts on. If y'all are interested in Facts and Stats shorts, I gotta let me know in the chat before I even order any. If y'all interested in any Facts and Stats shorts to go with any of your shirts that you have, let me know. And if you do not have a shirt, please check out the website. It's factandstats.us. The link is in the description on this video as well. The link for the Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is in the description on this video as well. And then I will also be back posting clips from the show on these other platforms as well to continue the growth of Facts and Stats. Speaking of Twitch, like I was doing earlier, that's the next platform that I want to attack. That's the next platform that I want all of us to eventually shift to and to continue to shift to, and see how big I can get on that platform alongside of YouTube as well. Twitch, as you can see floating on the bottom of the screen, Fact and Stats expanding to Twitch. Quickly got to 40 subscribers. Shout out to ones that subscribed on their own, and even shout out to the ones that gifted subscriptions to others. I have the same goal. I'm trying to get the 50 members on YouTube. I'm trying to get the 50 members on 50 subscribers on Twitch. I'm 10 away on Twitch. Feel free to subscribe on Twitch or become a member on YouTube. And most importantly, follow the Twitch page. That is Everett Jr. on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Everett Jr. The link is in the description on this video. Now that my computer is good to go, the show will take Twitch one of these days this week, probably even later today. So the show will take Twitch one of these days this week, probably even later today. I want to make that very important. Probably even later today. I have to make that very important. I'm going to make that so y'all can hear me. Probably later today. So make sure y'all follow the Twitch page. If you're down to subscribe, make sure you subscribe as well. Next, you got the playback.tv/Facts and Stats. I've been telling y'all, but no, won't be any shows on Twitch. I mean, on playback anymore. There would not be any shows on playback anymore for the most part, as far as 11 a.m., unless it's a Friday or something like that. And I'm going to start it off with a versus or something. Like, that'll be the only way, because I do want to get back to doing those as well. But as far as playback, we are still there at night. We are still there throughout some days for as far as open talks things. Playback looks like this. We're in there tonight, actually, 8 p.m. Eastern time, if not before, for the NBA draft. It's already scheduled. I got it scheduled already at 8 p.m. Also got day 2 scheduled tomorrow at 8 p.m. So if you NBA draft fan, you care about the NBA, you ready to see some trades and things of that nature together, pull up, join the playback room. It is free to sign up and join the room. It's free to download the app. And again, the link is in the description on this video as well. And then the Discord. For all the folks that join the stage or want to join the stage or whatever the case may be, the Discord is important. That's how you will join the stage during the shows to come on the stage and talk sports with me. So the Discord link is on this page, or YouTube page as well. For whatever reason it's not working, just DM me on Twitter at @factandstats_ and I'll send you the Discord link. We're going to start the show off the same way with the same 2 things. Yeah, my bad, y'all. We're going to start the show off with the same. Hold on, my bad. And I'm hip, John. I appreciate you. My bad. We're going to start the show off with the same 2 things. I don't know if anybody in here gambled yesterday. Congrats, Kenny, on the 5 first-round draft picks. But we're going to start the show off with the same 2 things. If anybody in here got sold at all yesterday, please feel free to type it in the chat. Who sold your parlay segment? Start the show off, and you'll pretty much say, 1 or 2 things. Whether it's 2 things, if it's the same player, or one thing you won off on a parlay, or whatever the case may be. Feel free to show anybody love in the chat. Feel free to show anybody love in the chat. And then also, while you're thinking about showing somebody love, or trying to find somebody to shout them out, or whatever the case may be, drop that in the chat as well. Next, you got the players of the days for that sake. TJ is going right where I wanted to go to. Shout out to Camila Cardoso. She had 27 points, 7 rebounds, and was 10 for 15 from the field last night in the Sky win over the Sparks. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and take that same shout out for that same team and shout out Angel Reese. She had 18 points, 17 rebounds last night, six assists and 4 steals while shooting 6 for 12, I think, from the field. So shout out to Angel and Camilla. They both had good games last night. And that's why the Sky drafted those ladies in the first round to help turn that franchise around and try to win more games. So obviously it's a big uphill battle for them. But I definitely want to shout out both of them for their performance last night. And I think nobody else is active in the chat as far as shout outs. No baseball shout out. No other WNBA shout outs. CC been selling on the points. Yeah, she's in a slump right now. She's in a slump right now. All right, so we'll continue on down and speaking on some WNBA things just to keep the show rolling and going. Pretty quickly, I'm going to look at some of these box scores from some of these games last night. Also, look at the standings, and then that'll be it to start it off. But before we get to the WNBA things, as of this morning, or team things, as of this morning, the Fever waived DeWanna Bonner. She missed her 5th straight game yesterday, I want to say. And she wants out. It got reported that she went out of Indiana. I don't even know the reasoning. They didn't really say the reasoning too much, but she's just missing games. And what I think personally, and they also said that she wants to pretty much go to the Mercury or the Dream. So she's not going to have the opportunity to choose wherever she wants to go. If I had to guess, obviously it'll be Phoenix to go continue to play basketball along or be with her wife again. Maybe that was a thing.
Opportunity yet. She got to wait 48 hours.
Say that again?
She got clear waivers to have the opportunity to pick where she want to go.
Oh, no, yeah, of course she's going to clear it, though.
You don't know that.
Come on, bro. Nobody going to claim her, bro. It's a respect thing. That's how I go in the NBA, too. But, yeah, I mean, she going to end up, if I had to guess, probably going to Phoenix to continue to play alongside Alyssa while they chase a championship together like they were doing in Connecticut. As far as Bonner and her and the Fever, I mean, I really don't have any comments on it. When I was telling Shaggy, Tez, and them, like, when it first happened, like, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of her. I think I respect what she did in Connecticut or who she is as a player. But, I mean, she offers things to the games, but it has to cater to her. Like, she has to be, like, involved in the offense, basically. And I peeped a couple of things from game 1, 2, 3, 4, like where she wasn't getting the ball and she's like this, like calling for the ball, putting her hands down, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. She was so used to being involved inside of an offense because she was a 1 and 2 in Connecticut, right? And you come over to Indiana and you're not even 1, 2, 3 as far as the pecking order when it comes to scoring options. So I think that sort of kind of got to her a little bit. And also her not closing games, Indiana really like Lexi Hall for obvious reasons. The motor is there. She crashes glass. She knocks down shots. And she's a better shooter than DeWanna Bonner. That matters. Even Sophie Cunningham some games. So I think some games, a lot of games this year, she did not finish the game on the court. And I think a lot of that got to her, especially coming from who she's been through her career and what she was for Connecticut. She wanted to release or she wanted to go elsewhere. Stephanie White said she hasn't talked to her, so they haven't talked too much, and she's pretty much focused on the group that she has right now. And the Fever ultimately got a big win yesterday anyway, so on the road. So Bonner, wish her the best, and we'll see where she ends up going after this when she eventually clears waivers, and if it's going to be the Mercury or the Dream. But I think either way, both of those teams could probably utilize her services. Both of those teams will be playoff teams, and both of those teams are actually off to good starts this year as well. So I'm not mad at it. Shaggy, being a Fever fan, do you got anything to say about Bonner departing or winning out?
Nah, nothing. I mean, nothing. They said she. I was reading the report earlier. They said she couldn't find a role on the team. I mean, I don't understand how that's you couldn't find a role. You get 20 minutes a night. You was averaging 20 minutes a night. If you talking about offensive role, you don't deserve one. Respectfully, straight up, you don't deserve one. I was rocking with the Bonner defense, rebounding, hustle. But offense, you was trash. You was lucky you was getting that 20 minutes. They gave you a chance to start. We seen what it was early. We seen that shit in preseason, bro. We called that shit out in preseason. Like, we said that shit ain't gonna work. Like, nah, I mean, you can't get mad. You ain't closing games if you ain't performing. Natasha Howard ain't closed last night. But I think she ain't play a minute in the fourth quarter. It happens. When you ain't hooping, come on, bro. Steph might make changes, and I can respect that. But nah, you coming here, you capping, you want to help AB become the best center in the league. You want to help Caitlin do this. You want to help the team grow. Man, you pull this bullshit, man. Fuck her, man. I don't wish her the best at all. Straight up. That's where I'm at. She's straight up bluff, bro. She's all like capping, bro. All like capping. She was lying the whole time. Fuck out of here. I don't respect that shit, bro. I don't respect that shit.
Nah, I don't blame you, bro. I ain't mad at it.
This was I was mad when we lost Erica Weirla, we lost Timmy, because the team last year it started off slow, but they came together, bro. You can tell certain players on this team still trying to figure shit out, bro. Her, Natasha Howard, them two specifically still trying to figure shit out for themselves offensively, and that shit ain't rocking, bro. Straight up, man. Straight man, that's why I'm at. With I don't wish her the best game, respectfully. Shout out to her though. Shout out to her. I was rocking with the Bonner shit, bro, but shit clown, bro. Can't respect it. Nah, Dream Shake. I ain't respecting that shit, gang. I ain't respecting that shit, gang.
Hold on, I want to see if I can get my headphones to come on.
She ain't no real vet, bro. She ain't no real vet. She ain't no real vet, bro.
Hold on, my bad. I'm trying to shift my headphones. Say something real quick, bro.
Yo.
One more time, bro.
Yo.
One more time, my fault.
Yo.
All right, my bad. It's just not gonna work. Not right now. I have to troubleshoot this later. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at you saying that, to be honest. As far as the not respecting, not wishing her the best thing. They're not wishing her the best thing at all. You know, she just all I know is she making her bed, and I hope she laying it peacefully, and she better perform wherever she go, because Fever fans will be on her behind if not. So,
Oh, they
you
already
mean to
let
tell
her
me
have
you want to lout my team and you? Hold on, I can't hear you. You talking? I think. Hold on. All right, my bad. I should hear you now.
I said they already on her ass. Like I've
Oh,
been
they
saying
already is.
crazy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I've been saying some crazy shit. Like it's wild.
Yeah. So, and I believe it. Also, if y'all in here, y'all do not forget the thumbs up button on this video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video. And if you want to come to the stage, feel free to come to the stage as well. But yeah, that's the news on DeWanna Bonner. I just wanted to start the show with that real quick. As literally like an hour ago or so, she got waived. To the games last night, was 4 games in action, 3 underdogs won. Shout out to BJ. When BJ saw Fee was ruled out for the Minnesota Lynx. Quaddy looking great. Nah, I appreciate it. I believe it. This is a fresh new PC. Got it yesterday, and it feels great. You know, I thank God. I'm
You
thankful.
said 3, all 4 underdogs won.
Yes, all 4 underdogs won. Fever were underdogs yesterday, like plus 130 or something like that. Yeah, they were underdogs, 170, whatever it was. But yeah, BJ said no fee. Minx Mystics money line, and the Mystics got the win, 68-64. Miss Smith was off to a great start for the Lynx. I think she had like 18 in the first half or something like that. She finished the game with 26. But without Fee, the backcourt struggled. Kayla McBride and Courtney Williams, they combined 3 for 20. 3 for 20. That you can't win a game like that. And then on top of that, not getting anything from Letitia. So, looks like the Mystic side of things, Sonya or Citron, she had 9 points. I think it's her first game not scoring double figures this year. Let me fact check that. Yeah, that's her first game not scoring double figures. That's insane for a rookie. This is her first game not having a double-digit scoring game. First game this season as a rookie. So I want to give her all the credit for how she's been performing so far for sure. And I can't wait to see what she looks like even next year. Kiki, she had a double-double, 11-11, 2 offensive boards, and Shakira been stepping up and playing big for them. She had 19 and 8, with 7 for 18 from the field. Courtney's had 10 turnovers. I said 10. Oh, damn. I ain't even peeped that. Yeah, Courtney had 10 turnovers. Courtney looked like she struggled mightily yesterday. 10
We, we,
turnovers.
we can't laugh at that game.
Oh, I know, because CC. I know.
We
I
can't
know.
laugh at that, bro.
I know, yeah. We gonna see CC shit in a minute. We'll go CC in a minute. But yeah, either way, Mystics big win. They are the biggest surprise to me this season personally. To be at 7-8 and one game under 500 after drafting twice within the top four and trading Ariel Atkins to be able to do that. But after drafting twice, 3 times in the first round period, they drafted 3 times in the first round, and you sitting at 7-8, and one of your top picks is out for the whole entire year anyway. In Georgia, with that ACL injury. So Mystics, great start, great win over a really good Minnesota team, regardless. Even if he is not on the court, they're tough. They play the same way, and shout out to the Mystics for how they starting off this year. Next, you got the Sky and the Sparks, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought the Sparks was gonna win this game. Personally, they even started off looking like that, up 29-17 at the end of the first quarter, and everything changed from that quarter on down. Literally everything changed from that quarter on down, and it starts with their two ladies in the middle, bro. It literally starts with their two ladies in the middle. Angel, no matter what people want to say, she leading the team in assists, she leading the team in rebounds. I can't recall if she leading the team in steals, but the fact that she doing that, leading the team in assists, is super duper impressive to me through 14 games, because she's stepping up in the road to where she has to be like a point forward, to whether it's creating for herself and even others, Ariel, Camilla, whoever the case may be. She had a really good game yesterday. Obviously, I shouted out for the player of the day, and then Camilla for what she's been doing as well. I want them to keep both of these ladies. Yeah, she lead them in assists. I want them to keep both of these ladies. Truly, I want them to keep both of these ladies and try to figure it out. And try to figure it out with both of these young ladies. And not even just on top of what she's doing for the Sky, as far as leading them in those categories, she's also leading the WNBA in rebounds, and then she's also fourth in the WNBA in steals. So Angel, she's having a good season. Obviously, fans of her will want her to be more efficient. Fans of her want her to finish better around the rim. But I think she's carving out a good role for her on the Chicago team, and then trying to make it work with Camilla. I think they're playing the same way every single night, and that's allowing Ariel to fit in however she can. She's still the best player on the team to me, or Camilla. I'm talking about Ariel Atkins, not Angel Reese, by the way. Or Camilla. But either way, it looked like a good win for the Sky last night. They outscored them 30-17 in the fourth quarter. Austin, appreciate that follow on Twitch, man. I mean a lot, truly. As far as let me read Black comment. Camilla going overseas. Oh yeah, she about to leave. I think that was her last game yesterday. Yeah, I think that was Camilla's last game yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. Yeah, I said Angel's the team leader in steals already. As far as the Spark side of things, they dropped to 4-11 this season. They could be a good team. Not this year though, but they could be a good team. They're still playing without Sims. She's out for personal reasons. She probably missed like the last 4 games. I got her on my fantasy team. It's pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. Well, let me not word it like that. Whatever she's going through, whatever happened, I wish her well. Hopefully it's not a DeWanda Bonner situation where you missing games for personal reasons, and in reality you just don't want to be there. Like I don't think she would just not want to be in LA for no reason. I mean, they gave her a chance last year. They got her back again this season. So I don't think it's that thing. So whatever it is, I do wish her well. But for my fantasy sake, it's been messing my team up a little bit. But Kelsey Plum, 0 for 6 from 3 last night, 20 point. Rakia Jackson at 11, 5 for 11. Azura Stevens, she had 21.7 rebounds. And Miss Hamby had 15 and 7 and 5 assists last night in her loss. So, like I said, the Sparks, they could be a good team, but they got ways to go. And both of these teams actually have ways to go. And the Sparks, they should be getting Cameron Brink back soon, probably within the next month or something like that, with her major injury that she had last year to her knee. So, Kelsey been disappointed you? Let me see what Kelsey doing on the season. 20-5 on the season. I don't really care about efficiency too much for these ladies, but where she at efficiency-wise? My God, 38%. That's a big dip from where she was at in LA. 33% from 3. Yeah, I mean, she got to shoot the ball better. She got to shoot the ball better, but yeah, that's it. She got to shoot the ball better for sure. So, shout out to the Sky. Cool win for them yesterday. I'm not mad at it at all. Next, I'm going to take it to the third game of last night. This game surprised me, and I didn't even get to watch it. This game surprised me completely. Where the Wings. This is what I did yesterday. I ain't bring it for Who Sold Your Parlay because it wasn't. I'm pretty sure that parlay wasn't one off. You know when something will hit on the parlay, you don't even care to check the parlay no more. I know the parlay wasn't went off, so I ain't even care to check it. But true, this was a fact. I pick up my phone. I'm bored. I threw like $5 on a parlay on this parlay. I pick up my phone and and I don't even think it's sent in the Discord anyway. When I woke up this morning, I looked in the Discord. It said your message failed to send, so y'all didn't even see it. So cool. But I'm like, man, the Wings been playing good basketball, but the Dream are just a better team. But the Wings been playing good basketball since Paige came back. They've been playing good basketball. I think everything's been shifting the offense to Paige, right? And I think it's been paying off for them. And I felt like the Wings could win, but I'm like, nah, they're just not gonna do it. I pick up my phone later on after the game, and I gotta change that gaming Discord comment. I pick up my phone at the end of the game, and what's that on? Nightbot. My bad, y'all. I'm talking to myself. Let me pull up Nightbot so I can change that later so I don't forget. Nightbot. Let me change that later. All right, cool. So I pick up my phone, and shout out to the one that's on Twitch, by the way. All what 6 y'all, whatever it said it was. Shout out to the one that's on Twitch, and even shout out to the one that's on YouTube so far as well. You can't watch on Twitch and or YouTube, but some days it's just gonna be Twitch. I want to make that very clear. It's never going to be days where it's just YouTube. Every time I'm live on YouTube, I'm always live on Twitch anyway. Before I even told y'all about me shifting to Twitch, I always was live on Twitch anyway. And also you can't watch the show back on Twitch the same way you can watch it back on YouTube. So I want to keep that in mind. I want y'all to keep that in mind as well. Where I'm at with it. Let me circle back to where I was at. But to the Wings in the Dream game, Byron, what's good, Birdie? To the Wings in the Dream game. And later on today, I might just do straight draft stuff like that in Twitch. Keep that in mind too. Hold on, my bad. All right. To the Wings in the Dream game. Looks like the Dream. Like I said, I did not get to watch this. So I'm box score watching. Openly box score watching. Openly letting y'all know. Ryan Howard, 5 for 14 from 3, 6 for 17 from the field. Jordan gave them nothing. 0 for 4 from the field. Miss Gray gave them nothing. 3 for 16 from the field. 2 for 9 from 3. And then Brianna Jones even gave them nothing in the middle alongside of BG as well. So I mean, it looked like they all just struggled, to be honest. And they didn't get no bench production. They didn't get no bench production. So looked like this was a struggling game for the Dream. After they obviously put up 55 points to top that as well. I don't think I even seen a 55-point game this season in the WNBA. I genuinely don't think I've seen a 55-point game this season in the WNBA. So look like they struggled big time. They only made 15 field goals throughout the whole entire game. That's insane. They made 15 field goals in the whole entire game. That's disgusting. You made 15 field goals in a 15-minute game. That means some quarter they made like 3 field goals. They had to. Some quarter they made like 3 field goals, something like that. 4 field goals. To the wing side of things, Paige and Enrique.
We held this guy to 52 points, by the way.
53.
52.
Oh, that blowout like 2
and
weeks
I think
ago.
we right after that we only scored 58. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, that blowout. I remember y'all blew them out, and then they played the Liberty the next game, and they covered they covered the freaking spread. Covered the freaking spread. So yeah, you're right. But the Wings, Enrique was 6 for 14 in this one. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I know she wanted out and she wanted to get to Dallas. Lee, I'm gonna just say Lee. I don't know how to pronounce her name, y'all. But it looked like she even had a good game last night. And let me see how many games she played for Dallas. Let me see what she's been doing too. She previously with Seattle. I'm sorry. She wanted out of Seattle because of their front court, not LA. I apologize. I did not mean to say Seattle. I know she was on LA the previous year, last season. That's why. So that's why my mind triggered to LA. But she went from LA this offseason to Seattle, realized she wasn't getting a lot of minutes, so she went out of Seattle, and now she came through to Dallas, and she played 4 games in Dallas so far and started 1. And you can see the big minutes increase. B Young, what's good on Twitch? You see the big minutes increase from 8 minutes that she was averaging in Seattle earlier this year to now averaging 23 minutes in Dallas. Hold on, y'all. While I'm over here chatting. Give me 1 second. Like literally 1 second. Hold on. All right. Secured. While I was chatting, I had to do a quick pause and go sign her in fantasy basketball real quick. My bad, y'all. But she will be having some good games. So let me go grab her in fantasy basketball real quick while I'm over here chatting. But either way, shout out to her. She had 10 and 15 last night, 6 offensive rebounds. Alyssa Smith minutes doesn't really go over 20. So she gives them whatever she can in the short amount of minutes that she play. And Paige, I had to go shout out real quick. Paige at 12, 5 and 4. Shout out to the Wings, man. This is actually a big win for them. It's insane that all underdogs won yesterday. Literally all underdogs won yesterday, and all of them outside of the Fever have 4 wins on the season. That's a wild coincidence. So shout out to the Wings for being able to take down Atlanta, who now falls to 10 and 5, and they're still off to a good start this year as well. In the last game, hold on, I gotta check my team real quick, y'all. Hold on, I can't lie. Hold on. I gotta check my team real quick, and I don't want to keep picking up my phone. Hold on. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Never mind. I can't check my team right now. I'll check my team later. I don't know my stuff, and I can't look at it right now. I can't look at it right now. Last game of last night, I did not watch this game. I fell asleep, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was fighting it. It went to halftime. I was trying to watch it. I tapped out. I tapped out and I went to bed, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But I know it probably was a damn good game, and it was definitely one that I wanted to watch, but I couldn't. Fell asleep. So the Fever beat the Storm 94-86. Before I even go off on the box score, I'm gonna let Shaggy, because he actually stayed up and watched the game. I'm gonna let him speak to the game first, and then I will pick up the box score seat or the box score side of things.
Yeah, man, you mind, man. This probably was the best Fever game I watched all season from everybody, like team wise, collectively. We had some crazy Caitlyn games, but team wise, this the best game I done watched all season. I tweeted out like 2:30. It's a big game for the Fever tonight. And you seen it from the tip off, bro. Picking up Skylar Diggins, full court off rip. Go to how many points she had? Can you see how many points she had real quick?
Skylar,
Yeah.
22.
That was a grinded out 22 though. Like I'm saying, we made life hell for her all night. She had some tough ass shots, some tough ass layups. We was on her ass. CC played like shit offensively, shooting wise. Me personally, I watched the whole game. How many turnovers did she had?
8.
4 of them joints wasn't on her, bro. Tasha Howard, three of them turnovers should have went to her. She dropping passes. One of them, she fucking threw the ball to CC for no reason. She was double teamed like five seconds left on the clock. CC tried to get it back to her. It was just straight up bullshit, bro. But she in a crazy shooting slump right now. I mean, bro, she shot that bitch left wing. That bitch hit right side of the backboard game. I'm talking, I'm talking about that bitch hit the whole backboard. For my dog Kelsey Mitchell, bro, I've been saying it all season. Steph White gotta let Kelsey Mitchell get the fucking ball, and that's what she did. And it was crazy because Steph White was like, she was benching CC at some points during the game, but it wasn't for no crazy long stretches. When she seen CC was bullshit, 2-3 minutes, come out the game, go and see it. So she was pulling her out the close quarters. I'm like, why the fuck she keep doing this? But that shit was working because CC was playing like shit. She couldn't hit shit. She was strapping up, but she couldn't make no fucking shots. So Steph White pulled it. Aaliyah Boston. How much Aaliyah Boston had? 31.
Yeah.
That was the most aggressive I ever seen Aaliyah Boston game. I'm talking, she getting that bitch, she spin move up and under. Man, we in the playback going crazy. So she get that bitch 1-on-1 going at everybody. She ain't give no fucks who was guarding her. And shout out to the refs. That was the refs was on some bullshit, but they let both teams play physical last night. They let both teams play physical. They calling fouls, but they let both teams rock out. And that was pretty much it, bro. We wanted that win. We wanted that game, bro. Steph White, Gabby Williams was fucking us up. I ain't gonna lie, she tough, bro. She tough. I
Who?
don't know how to Gabby. She
Oh
tough.
yeah, yeah.
When it come to getting to the rim, she gonna get to that motherfucking rim. But we adjusted and made her shoot jump shot. She couldn't hit shit with a jumper. She ain't got no fucking jumper to save my fucking life. I can guard her. Trust me. I can guard her. But yeah, Fever, bro. These next 2 games, I think we got Wings and Sparks. We need them wins. We need them. We need to keep performing like this against everybody, not just the better teams in the WNBA. You see it, bro. When we play the top teams, we perform. We play down the competition way too fucking much, bro. We lost to the Sun, bro. We lost to the fucking Sun this year. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Look at my nigga Tez right there. Shout out my nigga Tez.
Ted, what's good, gang? What you got to say about the game last night?
Came in on the back end. Rashagi said we wanted it. That was the biggest thing to me. For real, for real. We came out aggressive. That's the best defense I think we played all fucking year. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Steph White for the game plan. Uh, and the biggest thing too, for real, that me and Shaggy been talking about. Get Kelsey Mitchell involved, bro. All this corner shit, just floating around shit ain't flying, bro. She the vet on the team. They need to act like it. Best two guard in the league. They need to act like it. Um, and that's what it is. We wanted to win, bro. We couldn't go 0-3 on this away stretch though, so I'm glad we got one. Got the Sparks tomorrow. Should spank them. You know what I mean? And go from there, bro. 4-2. Shaggy said 4-2. We can still do it.
Yeah, I said that, dude. Them next 6 games, we can go 4-2, 5-1 or 6-0. We win these next two games, be 4-2. So we need it, bro. We need it. Time to capitalize.
Oh, and my before you change, Ed. Shout out AB, bro. For real. Shout out AB. It's a different step to her, different type of juice to her. So I'm fucking with how she playing, aggressive, not playing like the bullshit that we know she can be. But she looking like one of the best bigs in the league right now, bro. Ain't gonna lie. She having a good ass season too. So shout out AB, shout out Kelsey, and shout out Steph for the coaching yesterday by getting Kelsey involved from start to finish. CC was playing bad.
Oh, I forgot. Hold up, Ed. Hold up. How can I forget my baby Lexi Hall? Oh my God, double
Facts,
double,
double double.
double double, Lexi.
Nah, shout out to Lexi and watch party. My baby, I'm editing something. Shout out to Lexi. And I shout out to both of those fellas for standing up and watching that game. Started at 10 p.m. For lately, I've been going to sleep before 12. I think I tapped out around like 11 or something like that around halftime. But yeah, man, you know, like I was speaking to earlier about Lexi, when it comes to the Bonner situation, the motor is always there. I compared it earlier this year to Josh Hart. You know, obviously just a way better shooter. The motor's always there. She's always crashing the glass. She's always trying to grab a rebound. She's always trying to make a play. So you know, I think that pissed Bonner. You know, she wanted more. She wanted back. She wanted to play more. Simple put, she wanted to play more and or probably start. But you know, Lexi brings them something that Bonner just was not bringing at this point in time. They don't need Bonner to be the scorer that she was in Connecticut, and I think that was a hard pill for her to swallow. So, yeah, man, shout out to Donta. She come out the bench at 10-5. You about to take some?
We preach it. We preach it in every sport, bro. Even all three of us in every sport. Performances over names, bro. We ain't doing that no more. It's 2025, bro. In all sports, nigga. Football, basketball, baseball. Performances over name, bro. Her name rings bells. I get it. That her name, what she achieved throughout her career, I get it. Shout out to her. This is 2025. We don't need you to be that. We ain't about to just throw you in a game because of who you are. You gotta go out there and perform. She wasn't performing. It's simple.
Yeah.
I was about to say, and another thing about with Lexi, she got better everywhere on the court. Like, of course, she's a sniper from three, but last season at the rim, she was like 37%. This season, she up to 58 game. Like, she got better everywhere because she was one of the ones last season who smoking every fucking layup. That shit used to piss me off. Now she finishing through contact, making all her layups, making passes when she driving, all that shit. She improved everywhere on the court.
Yep. 1000%. 1000%. And to Rye, me and Shaggy started it off talking about Bonner. You know, I spoke to what I had to say about it, and then I asked him what he had to say about it. So we talked about Bonner. I ain't hear Ted though. But Ted, do you have any thoughts on Bonner wanting out and obviously ultimately getting released?
Nah, bro, she's a lame. Mid-season quit. That's lame. I ain't got nothing to say. I hope you see her soon, though. I hope she gonna play with her girlfriend. I hope she do.
I respect it. I respect it. All right, everybody that's in here, that's some updated things around the WNBA. We spoke on DeWanna Bonner. We went through all 4 games last night. After the draft today, we do have some WNBA action that we can put on the screen. The Valkyries, who also was another surprise to me personally, alongside the Mystics, they're actually over 500. They're sitting at 7-6. They're home tied against the New York Liberty. And then the next game, we see the Aces back in action at the same start time. against the Connecticut Sun. So that's 2 games to watch tonight. Make sure you all join the Fact and Stats playback room, 1 for the draft, and then 2 to watch one of these games, whichever one is scheduled for us to be able to watch. And that's that. Now I'm going to look at some standings, purpose things real quick, and then we'll move on down. So the Lynx are 10-12-2, Liberty 10-3, Mercury 11-4, Dream 10-5, Storm 9-6. The Valkyries are really up there at the 6th best record right now. That's insane.
Where we at?
Y'all 7th.
Yeah, I think they overrushed because they beat us. We gonna see the ass again though.
And the Aces are 6 and 7. Bro,
They suck, bro. I can't believe we lost to them, bro. They fucking suck.
Bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know we lost to the Suns. That loss right there pissed me off, gang. Like, cause they really dirt, bro. Like, they not good. Like, they're not good, bro. I promise you, they not good. We had that in a bag, bro, and we blew it.
Yeah, we about to jump on the top 3 real soon. Top 3, top 4 real soon.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be. So, yeah, I want to look at some standings real quick. The Mercury, probably the hottest team right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Shout out to them. It only helps that Copper came back, and even Alyssa Thomas, and they picked that up. So, Satu's getting some offense and helping some much needed help. And Satu been holding it down all year. I think Satu's got like 19 or 20 points per game this season. So shout out to Satu. As far as the worst team in the league, it's Connecticut Sun. Even and it's worse because now even Marina is out for the next 2 to 4 weeks. That does not help them at all. They're on a 6-game skid right now. And obviously the 2 biggest surprises as I look at these standings are the Valkyries and the Mystics. One 7-6, the other 7-8. So shout out to those 2 teams. And shout out to all the action in the WNBA as of late. Anyway, before we transition over to the association today, I want to thank everybody that's in here. Again, if you are in here so far, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video. That helps the algorithm of anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across Facts and Stats. So simply hit the thumbs up button on this video. And also, if you are not a subscriber, make sure you are subscribed to Facts and Stats on YouTube. Also, Facts and Stats is taking another platform, that is Twitch. Facts and Stats is taking another platform, that is Twitch. We'll definitely be doing some shows on Twitch now, especially since I got a new computer and my computer is all set up and things of that nature. We'll be attacking Twitch very soon. Even probably some draft talks today on Twitch without YouTube and without playback. So speaking of Twitch, if you are not a subscriber, or my bad, I'm sorry. If you do not follow on Twitch, make sure you do follow as well. If you want to subscribe on Twitch, you can subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. It's best to subscribe through your Amazon Prime account if you're not a subscriber already, by the way, because you get 1 free subscription. What else I want to say now?
They just said Bonner said she felt like the fit didn't work out. Funny, bro. She funny as hell.
And also, by the way, y'all, speaking of the Twitch subscribers, speaking of Twitch subscribers, I'm at 40 out of 50 subscribers. If you want to subscribe on Twitch, that'd be great. But while we're on YouTube, I'm at 34 out of 50 members. If you want to help me get closer to the goal of getting 50 members, please feel free to become a member on the YouTube side of things. There's 3 different levels you can join as far as becoming a member. And the link is in the description on this video as well to become a member. Next, we're going to take it to NBA trades that went down so far in the association. So probably not too much talks on that KD thing. Too much talks on KD. But outside of KD getting traded, we also seen the Hawks be able to land Porzingis. The Celtics get out of the second apron and dump Porzingis. The Nets rack up on another first-round draft pick. And then also we seen Jordan Poole head to the Pelicans and CJ McCollum head to the Wizards. So we're going to dive in on some of that real quick. Discussion, the Celtics trade White and or JB, and then ultimately wrap it up with talking about some NBA draft stuff, man, because I cannot wait. I'm going to look at some mock drafts, look at some teams or players that I think are best fits for X, Y, and Z. And we're going to get into it like that. But as far as everything that took place so far, excuse me, the Pelicans acquired Poole in a 4-player deal. This happened yesterday. We spoke briefly on it for the most part on playback, not too much. But the Pelicans are trading CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and a future second-round pick to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the number 40th pick in Wednesday's NBA draft, which will basically be on Thursday's draft because it's a 2-day thing now. For anybody that does not know, the draft is day 1 and day 2, both starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday and Thursday. So today and Thursday. It says the Wizards shift from Poole to the veteran McCollum, who has an expiring contract. Washington now is expected to approach $100 million in projected cap space in 2026, and the Pelicans get younger with the additions of Poole and Bay. The Pelicans hold pick 7, 23 in the draft, so 2 first-round picks this year coming up. And Washington also holds a pair of first-round picks, number 6 and number 18, and is adding a 40th overall selection as a result of the trade. McCollum averaged 21 points last season. Olynyk averaged 10 and 6. And then Poole at the Wizards scoring last season, averaging 20 as well, with 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal a game and 68 starts. And then Bay missed the entire season because of torn ACL. Now, when you look at these players swapping teams, or whatever the case, or you look at this trade in general, for me, I've been preaching last season. I've been preaching last season. Like, I know they didn't win a lot of games. It's a trade tracker. Okay, Google's a trade tracker. That's cool. I know they didn't win a lot of games, but when I think of teams that's coming, when I think of teams that hits the reset when they need to, you got to look at Washington and another team. It depends on how they draft though, but another team that hit the reset perfectly and I think can execute really well is the Nets. The Nets got 5 first-round draft picks this year, and the Nets don't have nobody that's worth talking about on their roster. Nobody. Their 2 best players is Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton. And then they still have to figure out what they want to do as far as Cam Thomas. Like, are they going to extend him or whatever the case would be? Because I think he's a restricted free agent, if I'm not mistaken. D'Lo is going elsewhere this season. But other than that, the Nets need talent. The Nets need talent. And I hope that they're able to hit on at least 3 out of these 5 picks. If they don't use all 5, I would hope they don't use all 5. Maybe trade up to get the guy that you want or whatever the case may be. Like Isaiah. I said Isaiah. Like a Jeremiah Fears or whatever the case may be. But as far as the Wizard side of things, I love it. You know, I love it when I felt like Jordan Poole was the guy that needed to be out. Same as Kyle Kuzma, you know, and they now they're part of both of those guys in the span of 4 months. Kuzma was traded at the deadline. Poole was traded in the offseason. So I'm a fan of it. And then now you look at what they have going forward and their build going forward and their team construction. It's pretty much coming down to pretty much a lot of young guys. Their build is going to be around all young guys, right? And with the mixture of, when I speak of young guys, I'm talking about Corey Kispert, Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, Bub Carrington, AJ Johnson, George, Champagny. I forgot how you say the twins, those brothers' names, to be honest. I'm going to just say Justin. And pretty much all the young guys that they have alongside of having 2 first-round draft picks. So now when you have a team like that and you know how well they performed last year as far as spurts, whether it was offensively or even defensively from an Alex Sarr perspective, you want to sort of kind of now get that feel of winning games. You know, what it feel like to go from a 14-win team to a 25-win team, right? What does it feel like going from a 16-win team to a 27-win team? You know what I'm saying? So like Black just said in the chat, they have their foundation. They have their core. You now mix that in, and I still think they should trade Marcus Smart. But either way, Marcus Smart is expiring this year. Chris Middleton's expiring this year. CJ McCollum is expiring this year. Chris Middleton is 34. Marcus is 31. CJ is 34. So you would need at least 2 out of those 3 guys, at least 2 out of the 3, in my opinion, at least 2 out of the 3 to play majority of this season there. Even if you keep them 3 and you trade them at the deadline, cool. I'm fine with that. Be able to get more. Like I'm totally fine with that because playoff teams can probably be able to use all 3 of those guys' services coming up. All 3 of them. So even if you keep trade, even Rashad Holmes is expiring this year, who's 32. But even if you trade all 3 of them at the deadline, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Or even if you keep 2 out of the 3 all year, I'm cool with that. But I think this is a good mix and match situation to where like you have that veteran presence, that leadership in the locker room alongside of all these young guys as far as their actual core sitting at the ages of 21 and under. Literally, they're all 21 and under. Well, George, 22 and under. I'm sorry. George is 22. So all sitting at 22 and under. So I love what the Wizards got going on. As far as the Pelican side of things, I legit don't have no comment on it because, and I like Jordan Poole, but I don't have no comment on it because I don't know what it's going to truly look like. What is it going to look like when DeJounte Murray come back? How effective is Jordan Poole going to be? What's the starting lineup? Is it going to be Poole with a mixture of Herb, Trey, Zion? I guess. I think that's what the starting lineup would be. So you have Jordan Poole playing point guard like he was shown, or pretty much playing for the most part a little bit in Washington. So I don't know. At this move, it's like okay, whatever for me. You know, I think obviously Poole can probably be a little better than TJ McCollum. Nah, Murray not going. Murray on the roster still. You saying they're going to trade Murray? Um, but yeah, I mean, everything with the Pelicans just come down to health, bro. It really just comes down to health and how effective Zion is going to be and how much can he be on the court. So
That's every year, bro.
yeah, so I don't know. And then the biggest report now, as far as the Pels, and we'll get into it later, is they really want Ace Bailey. So I then that even makes me like, well, where are they going from here? You know, so I don't know, bro. Personally, with the Pelicans, I really don't have no comments to be honest on their side of the trade with Jordan Poole.
I think that's smoke though.
With the Ace Bailey thing.
Yeah. I think
Nah, that shit probably real, bro. They getting trade calls for Herb and Trey, bro.
Oh, so you wait. The Nets are 6, right?
No, they no 6 is am I burnt? Hold on, let me just look right here again. I feel like the Nets is 8. Yeah, the Nets are 8. The Wizards 6.
And the Pelicans are right behind.
The Pelicans behind the Wizards at 7.
Oh, so okay, that makes sense with what Shaggy said. They trying to jump. That means they have to jump.
Yeah, they're trying to. But I think they're trying to get the Sixers or Utah to trade back.
Yeah,
right. Or even the Hornets. What you saying, Shaggy?
I say yeah. Everything I've been seeing, they've been trying to trade with Philly.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get them to trade back. Philly is in the realm of like, if we miss out on, because I don't know what Philly will go if they don't take VJ then, because I think Philly is comfortable taking VJ at 3, but I don't know if they're okay with taking, say example, a Trey Johnson at 7. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how they feel about the Trey Johnson fit, which I think will probably still be fine. I'm just throwing a name out there, which I think will still be fine, but
I think with Philly is more about the player they get in the trade.
The player they get in the trade versus the pick.
Yeah. Because the pick might not play day one anyway, so it might really be about the player. What Trey Johnson played? The 2, the 3?
Yeah, he had 2.
Shit, they got McCain. They got guards, bro. McCain, Maxey, Grimes, like shit weird.
Yeah, but 11-10, I don't think they trade back and get Khan because Khan is like a lock to 4 right now. Now I know there's rumors as of this morning with the Hornets.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, is that true? Like now they talk, but you know how it goes, bro.
Though. To me, it's cap.
Though. Yeah. I was just about to say that, bro. Yeah. You know how it go. Even NFL, bro. Like the day of the actual draft.
Jeremiah Ferris Hornet shit is cap. Like,
yeah.
We talking about somebody they believe that they can play together, but you ain't even work them out. Like, come on now, you ain't even work them out, but you think they can play together? Like, come on, he ain't even going for a workout, bro. Like, that shit is cap. Jeremiah Ferris is not going forward to the Hornets. No. They would have just took Scoot if they feel like a guard can play with LaMelo in the backcourt. Yeah, to be honest, I think Connor
that should happen. That should happen every year, bro. That the actual day of the draft, a lot of shit just get thrown out there, bro. That just be so cap, bro. Just to try to get smoke screens out, try to get niggas to change up on their picks or reshuffle their boards and all type of shit, bro.
Yeah, if I'm Philly and they want to trade up, they gotta send me Herb. Fuck that, send Herb.
Philly ain't doing that though. I mean, Pelicans ain't gonna do that though.
Why not? They get who they want.
Yeah, but I think the Pels would trade Trey Murphy before they would trade Herb. As crazy as it may sound.
I mean, yeah, they ain't get more for Trey Murphy. That's what it seemed like so far. But
yeah, that's what it seemed like. So I don't know. The Sixers just get Khan.
That whole Pels situation weird, bro.
Yeah, I would like the Sixers to get Khan, right? I just think that the Sixers know. I think majority of these teams know. Pick 1, 2, and 4. Like Khan, I would be surprised if the Hornets do not get him at 4 today if he's on the board. Like I would genuinely be surprised. Everybody just wants to know what the Sixers are going to do at 3 and what are the Jazz going to do. Right now, it seems like Fears. To me, it's Fears or trade. But right now, it seems like it's Fears, and then the Sixers are going to take Ace, and then I don't know what the Pelicans are going to do at 7 and 8, and far as the Nets at 8 as well. So I don't know.
I was saying this morning, Paul George might be on the move today. Like you got to bro.
Yeah. But before we get back to the draft stuff, I'm gonna pull back up that trade tracker wherever it's at. We find that trade tracker, I think again. Off-season moves. Trade tracker, here it is. Okay, cool. Shout out to ESPN for this trade tracker. So that's my thoughts on the trade. Another trade that happened yesterday, I already spoke on Drew Holiday and Anthony Simons one. The last trade that happened, I said yesterday during the show, Well, yeah, the mini show that started at like 2:30. The next move is going to be KP. It's going to happen within the next 24 hours. Ended up happening the same day. And Niang in the second round pick goes to the Celtics. Um, Porzingis in the second round pick goes to the Hawks. Terrence Mann, who had a couple of years left on his deal that he signed in LA, is heading to the Nets, and then also a first round pick. So the Nets now have 5 first round draft picks. And me personally, I like when teams go the rebuild route. I truly love when teams go the rebuild route, and I like to see how they work their way up to contention or being a yearly playoff team or even getting a guy. Typically, you get guys via the draft or unless you make a big trade. You know what I'm saying? You think about it. Tatum, draft, Ant, draft, trade, draft, Luke and the Mavs, draft. Like you typically, Kate Cunningham, the Pistons, draft. You know, you typically get your guy in the draft. And I'm hoping that the Nets can be able to get a guy, even at pick 8 in this draft, that can help contribute. And alongside the other first round picks that they have this year, if they do not decide to trade up. As far as the Hawk side of things, you know, I don't think he is the level of player he once was. Let me put it like that. I don't think he's the level of player that he once was, but I do see worlds where he can be effective in this offense if he's on the court. As far as the Atlanta Hawks, spread out offense, it's a pick and roll offense. With Trae Young under the helm, obviously, and Porzingis is a guy. I'm not going to say he's a heavy roller, but he is a guy that do roll to the basket and can finish some lobs, especially with Trae Young. That'll be special. And also, he can also stretch the floor and pop out on the court. That can give lanes to Jalen Johnson, or even lanes to Dyson Daniels, right? So I like the move for the Hawks side of things if he's on the court. I think the Hawks see the Eastern Conference as a conference that can be won this year coming up by pretty much anybody. I think there's a numerous amount of teams that can probably make the conference finals this year and or probably make the NBA finals. People will have their team that's probably a favorite, which would probably be the Cavs or maybe even the Knicks or the Sixers or whatever. But those teams can be beat, as we just saw, probably like by the Magic. Maybe the Pistons can get the Knicks this year coming up. Whatever the case may be, I think the Hawks see a world where they're not going to be rolling out a starting 5 of Trae Young, Dyson, or we should say Jalen and Porzingis while bringing Onyeka off the bench. And also having that 13th pick in the first round, who I think they need to walk away with KJ or Demon, and they're fine. Like if they get one of those guards today, they're fine. And on a mock draft I'm going to put up later on in the show today actually has them taking Demon. I'm sorry. So that'll definitely work out for sure. Alongside of them still having a $25 million trade exception to be utilized on another player or that they can acquire via sign and trade or making a trade in general. So that's definitely something to monitor for the Hawks. As far as the net side of things, like I said, I already love them getting a first round pick again. Terrence Mann will be a road player for them for the upcoming seasons. And that's solid. And last but not least, the Celtics side of things, I believe Niang is expiring. They wanted to get out of the second apron. They shed tons of salary within the last 24 to 48 hours with trading Drew Holiday and Porzingis. And now the next thing is going to come down to what they're going to do with White or JB. Before we get to that, and I asked the stage what they think should happen leaving the room as far as them two guys. 11 I know you said something yesterday. Play back about the trade, but do you want to say anything right now about the trade or anybody else?
No, I mean, they accomplished what they wanted to do. They're under the second apron. Boston side of things didn't really have to really unload assets to do it. So that's good for them. Obviously, curious to see how the rest of everything shake out. Like Sam Hauser, is he going to be on the move? Obviously, the JB noise is pretty loud, and D White, they're taking calls on those guys. But we'll see if anything actually happens with that. But they accomplished what they wanted to do in 2 days. So big shout out to them getting under the second apron. That means now they can also aggregate salaries. So they could look to package like Anthony and Niang and Hauser for another move, So there could be more things that they can do now, obviously, under the second apron, so they can aggregate stuff. If they want to do that, I'm not sure. Maybe they want to get further under the tax, so maybe that's why Hauser or something could be on the move, or JB, D White, I don't know. But, they saved, I think, $200 million in luxury tax by getting off the KP and Drew, which is crazy. So, yeah, Brad did what he had to do in 2 days pretty much, so very effective. And on the Atlanta side of things, we was going a little bit back and forth. on the KP acquisition and stuff. But if he plays, I guess it's a cool flyer. They had to offload a pick because they needed the Nets to help facilitate to make the trade happen because KP didn't fit in their TPE. So that means they still have their TPE available. I know one I guess reporter or whatever was speculating that they could go for Nikhil for a sign and trade. I'm not sure they can do a sign and trade. Well, because Minnesota, maybe Minnesota's not second apron. Yeah, never mind. So maybe it can happen. But I understand that second apron teams can't help do sign and trades. So I think because I would assume Randall's opting out and Nas will opt out, that they'll be under the second apron, so they could do a sign and trade stuff. But that'd be interesting if they do get Nikhil. If they do, that's a pretty nice roster that they're trying to build out. But the KP stuff is cool, I guess, but he don't play basketball, and we still. I mean, maybe in Atlanta they learned a little bit about whatever viral infection, whatever it was he had, and maybe they cool. But I don't know. That's a guy that he just gets freaking injuries all the time. He's not really there, but he's expiring. So you took the flyer, you got off of man's contract, so that's probably what it is. So. That's cool. And for Brooklyn, obviously getting another pick. That's, I think, 5 first-round picks. I think they have 6 picks total in this entire draft. 5 firsts. Brooklyn better hit on half of these picks at least because you got a lot of opportunities to get it right. So, yeah, that's all I got to say on every aspect of that.
Nah, I appreciate
Is this Jaylen Brown and Utah shit real, 11-10?
Where you see that at? Utah?
Brett Siegel said they've been trying to get him.
Shit, it might be real, bro. Who knows?
This guy reported they've been trying to get him for the past couple of days.
Yeah, I know Windhorse was on ESPN today talking about, there's several teams within the top 10 of the draft trying to trade for him. So Utah, Danny Ainge, he's, GM over there. He drafted, I think, JB, so it wouldn't be surprising. But I don't know if Boston, if there's anything Boston like over there to take marketing.
Shit,
John Collins,
they got
Sexton.
7. They got pick 7, right? 6 and shit like that.
6. Yeah, that pick 6.
Yeah.
Who, Utah?
Yeah.
Not 5, right?
It might be 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Utah
right.
got 5. We're just 6.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of players, maybe Boston would like Sexton, Collins, or marketing. I don't know. I don't know what Boston would want back on a player standpoint, but there was a report I think earlier today or yesterday that they were looking at Boston was interested in moving up in the lottery for Yakachonis or something. So I mean, maybe Israel. I don't know.
Okay. Joe, what's up, Joe? You got anything to say about this trade on the screen, or either Shaggy or Ted? If not, if y'all cool, that's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I like the trade.
I was gonna say how the fuck this trade got finalized because AKP fucking injury. How the fuck you passed that physical? I was mad confused about that. No lie, bro.
So that you said something about a physical in the trade with KP.
Yeah, don't he got a neurological virus or some shit like that? How you pass a physical like that though? I don't understand. That's just confusing to me. Shouldn't the league investigate that?
Okay, I don't want to speak on anything that I don't know, but I do not believe that man is probably still sick at this moment. And also, I don't even think that these trades right here they need to do with the physicals at the moment. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think they had to pass a physical for this trade to go through.
I mean, normally when you trade a player goes under a physical,
Yeah,
that.
I'm aware.
So
Yeah.
I'm just generally asking. I'm confused because if you have a illness and the doctors from a team can't say what type of illness you have, how can a team trade you when you're prone to have that in any foreseen circumstance in the future? I don't know. That's just a little bit weird to me.
How you know he prone to have that illness, that same illness again? We don't know that. How you know?
Because it's already been lingering for the season.
So what's the illness?
That's the problem. The doctors don't know.
Okay.
if if he himself is in a game and he physically says I'm tired and he's getting IVs and he's going to doctors and like you're an employee for guys that are are billionaires and you have all this medical staff around you, it's just confusing to me. Like, you feel me? Like, we already know that Embiid, for example, right? He has like the degenerative thing, like where people are saying like his knees is fucked up, multiple surgeries, stuff like that. That's already like, first of all, believable, and we've seen it through the years. It's not too crazy to question the KP shit. That's why, like me, I'm questioning at a point like, how does Atlanta like take a risk on a guy that they know for a fact, even if it's not that per se, he's a very injury prone player as well too.
You don't you one per chat, and like I was saying, I don't think they physically got anything to do with this at the moment. But per the chat, trades aren't finalized until July, right? Two, I also think that. Well, let me just ask you. Well, I'll speak to what I think, and I ask you. I also think that they talked to KP and his camp, obviously in regard to his health and things of that nature before they pulled any trigger on any trade. Do you agree or disagree?
Can you repeat what was the last thing, the last part
I
you said
think
of the
they talked
sentence?
to Porzingis and his camp before they made any deal with the Celtics. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, I 100% agree on that. I agree. He had to let be known. He had to be aware that, like, yo, listen, like, we're thinking about trading you right as their season ended, probably in the playoffs or whatnot. You're looking at two guys like, I mean, and Drew and him, $250 million. Like, yeah, I would try to get rid of those contracts because, first of all, Drew Holiday had a down year. He wasn't all that defensive player that I'm used to seeing on the court. Um, Not as consistent as he once was. Secondly, KP was in and out the lineup. And yeah, when he was in the lineup, obviously you saw what they were. But at the end of the day, that's a guy that I don't know exactly the amount that he was going to receive this for next year guaranteed, it being the last year. But I'm not giving you another big contract if I'm any team in the league because of the fact that I know that you're just been injury prone, even since the
Fred
Knicks days.
resigning.
Yeah, I just
Like,
saw Fred.
yeah, like, like, I'm not giving you no money, bro. Like, no big contract. Like, I do not care about it
Who?
because,
Who? You're not giving? Wait. You're not giving who money?
like, KP, Christos Porzingis. Like, if I'm a team, like, after next year when he received, because this is his last year on that contract, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's not gonna get another payday. Crazy. Like, you're crazy if you're a team to give him a payday. He's been injured ever since he's been in New York, bro. Like, I seen it as I was a fucking teenager and shit. Like,
Nah.
I'm not trusting that, bro. And for Atlanta, like, I don't I like it's a gamble because I understand the type of potential that you have with a player like Trey Young, pick and pop player, frees up the court, like you had mentioned about him throwing lobs to him or whatnot. So it spaces you better, but it's like one wrong move and it's the same thing like AD. AD's so great on the court, but one wrong move and you're hurt. I'm not paying those guys, bro. That's dead money to me now, bro. You gotta construct. Look at the way that teams like you gotta literally fuck the superstar shit. You gotta build the team now. Like you've seen a team build like my team for example win a championship having depth, building defense, and the Pacers making a fucking finals having depth and having defense. Fuck these niggas that is injured and is the big names that you could kind of guess something worth them for because a dumb team is gonna take a risk on them. Do that. Get picks. Build up. Because that's what you need to do in order to give yourself a 5-7 year window potentially to build a team and compete for a championship. You know that's what you gotta do now, bro. The superstar shit is cool, bro. But the way I'm looking at the league, bro, like a lot of these players that is getting shaken up and traded and stuff like that, especially like at the end of their age or injury prone, like Zion, for example, should have been getting traded before, when he had more value to his name. He's a guy that he's great on the court but can't stay healthy either. Like, come on, bro. These teams with these trades thinking like, oh, next year might be open for the East as well too, because a lot of teams now in the East are gonna take a little punch or whatever and try to like get guys to compete because the shit is gonna be so open. But it's like don't think getting a big name is gonna change your team. Try to get complementary pieces and build around whatever foundation you have. And if you're a tanking team, do what the Nets is doing. Get draft picks. Sean Marks has killed 5 first-round picks right now, right, for the foreseeable future. And I mean, if you don't hit on these picks, you gotta fire the scouting guys. Because at this point, if you're the Nets, you've been fucking sucking for the last after KD era type shit, like the last 3.5 years. Like fire the scouting department if you fucking keep on missing on whoever the fuck you bringing in and drafting.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think it's a wait and see thing for me. I don't think KP will get a big contract either, though. But I think he will still get another contract, obviously, and probably be useful. But it all depends on how well he performs in Atlanta this season coming up. But yeah, man, I echo everything. I echo some things you said for sure. Shout out to the Nets again, 5 first-round draft picks, and they definitely have to build their team up the right way via this draft. And then as far as the Celtics, like 1110 just said, they did what they wanted to do. I mean, to be able to dump off 2 guys that you wanted to dump off and still be able to get draft picks inside of the trade, or in the trades. I think that's special. You get a guy like Simon that can perform, and then on top of it, you get a couple of seconds in it with both trades combined in one. So yeah, man, shout out to the Celtics. My question that I have for the room now before we get into some NBA draft stuff, the biggest thing that people are monitoring this season. Before I get to that, I want to shout out. I want to shout out a couple of players, not even just Fred. I do want to shout out Fred too. Before I shout out Fred, I missed I even missed to forget about this one. Man, I want to shout out Kyrie Irving. Personally, shout out to Kyrie. He inked a new deal with the Mavericks yesterday. He opted out of his player option. And what was it? Yeah, a 3-year 119. I want to say it was a 3-year 119 with a player option for the last season. And now that also gives the Mavericks an opportunity to use the 5.7 tax bill level, which they are expected to utilize on can't remember the fourth name. Please let me know the fourth name, y'all. Chris Paul, D'Angelo Russell, Malcolm Brogdon, and I cannot remember who the fourth name was.
I think it was Dennis
Schroeder. Yes, thank you.
But he's linked to the Kings now, it seemed like.
Somebody's linked to the Kings now?
Dennis is.
Okay. Dennis linked to the Kings now. But yeah, the Mavs as of right now, Brandon Williams, non-guaranteed, Klay Thompson, PJ, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively. Obviously, Cooper Flagg, when he drafted tonight at 1, was slotting of the starting 5 spot over PJ Washington. They recently also extended Daniel Gafford, 3 years, $60 million. And I believe they're looking to trade either one of those guys, whether it's PJ or Gafford. And on top of that, they have Caleb Martin, Max, so they drafted in the first round a couple of years ago, and still have Dwight Powell, who opted into his player option as well, that he had for the season, I believe, alongside of Jaden Hardy as well. So free agents, they're losing. Dinwiddie's a free agent right now. Exum's a free agent right now. Kessler Edwards and Kai Jones. And they have a second-round pick to use this season. The vet men, 5.7 taxman level, and the first overall draft pick in his draft. So shout out to Kyrie Irving and the Mavs for inking a new deal. And I cannot wait to see Kyrie Irving return to the court this year as they're gearing up to make their playoff push deep into the season, whether it's February or January, whenever he returns. But I definitely believe that Kyrie Irving obviously will be playing basketball this season. So shout out to the Mavs and shout out to Kyrie. Also, as I get to the next person, I didn't DM myself this one, but as I get to the next person, Fred, and the Rockets, they just agreed to a 2-year, $50 million contract to stay with the franchise. And he has a player option for 2026-2027 season. They declined his team option that he had for $44.9 million. And he landed a new deal. So shout out to Fred. I like that number. I like $25 million for what he's going to bring to their team. For the most part, on a game-to-game basis, right? This is a guy that can help the offense be steady. That really had a really good chemistry with Fran VanVleet when it came to a pick and roll perspective and how much success they had offensively, and even in some games or some spurts can shoot the ball really, really, really well. And I think this Houston Rockets team, and also he's tough on defense. He's tough on the defensive side of the ball as well. But I think for the Houston Rockets team, they needed a guy that can continue to be the point guard of the team. Play within his role and help them out offensively, especially on floor spacing perspective as well, as they need as many shooters that they can get to come through those doors. Next, on the outside of Fred, I love it for another guy on the team, Reed Shepard. Clear as day, he wasn't ready year one. You chalk that up, right? You chalk it up. It is what it is. You drafted him at 3 for a reason, though. Best believe that. You chalk it up. Year two, he's probably still not going to play a lot. We'll see. But he is taking on the summer league this year as well. He'll probably ball the hell out in summer league coming up in a couple of weeks. And then on top of that, coming into the season, they'll probably throw him out there again, see how he looks, get his feet wet some more. And but if it's still a little shaky, by the time his Fred contract up and over, Reed should be able to be able to run the team by then. He should be able to be the point guard of the team by then. I think he'll be really effective by then in the backcourt with Amen Thompson. And also, this contract probably will match something that's going to get that Kevin Durant is going to extend for. So we'll see. It's not going to match the exact timeline because I think KD is going to have this season because of the player option. Going to have this season and then 2 more to go on his contract, while Fred has this season and then a player option for next season. Yeah, player option for next season. So we'll see what that, which he'll more likely opt into. If I had to take a guess. But yeah, I love it for Reed Shepherd. I love it for what they got going on in Houston. It's gonna be a fun team to watch. It's gonna be a fun team to support. Not support like support, but a fun team to wish well. I would say that. I love young and up and coming teams making moves and doing things to put themselves in contention. They've been doing that step by step, or you would say brick by brick, adding Fred and Dillon in free agency, trading for Kevin Durant, drafting super duper well. Whatever you want to think of the Jalen Green pick, he still was able to land them Kevin Durant at the end of the day. So, but drafting Reed, getting Tari, Sengun, drafting Jabari, drafting the Thompson twin, all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to the Rockets for how they're building. Do anybody up here on the stage want to comment on Fred, or I can, if not, I can just continue on down personally. All right,
25 M's a year. How much does that clear up cap wise for them? Since he's not taking 44.
That's a good question because even KD
that means that means
take less.
Yeah, I mean that would be for next year though. But I'm saying for right now, like, does that help them sign somebody potentially this offseason?
Good question. That is a $19 million difference. That's a good question. Let me look into that because he instead of being on the books for 44 this year, he'll be on the book for 19. It actually says 24, so he'll be on the books for 24, and then that extension for that player option for next year is at 25. That's a good question. Let me see if I can figure it out on here.
Because I don't think they were first apron, were they?
Say that again.
I don't think they were first apron last season, right?
Let me see. Don't look like it.
Yeah, so I wonder.
Right? First apron 195. The second is 207. That only went up to. I think this is right now. Yeah, I think this is right now. The team right now.
Yeah, that's just not updated.
Yeah, but they definitely have cap space then though.
Yeah,
because Jalen and Dillon went out. KD came in, and then Fred is at the 44 instead of 44 or whatever it was. He's at 24. Appreciate that follow.
Okay, they're below the first apron.
Okay.
They open up the 14.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level.
So they got the full.
And they can sign and trade for free agents.
Okay, Rockets. Who just tweeted that? What's the name? Bobby?
Nah, Yosi Goslin. I'll send it in the chat. He does a lot of like the cap shit. So.
What's the ad name on that?
I sent it in the Twitter chat.
My bad. The fact and stats thing. I don't know what's the name. Hold on.
It's YOSSIGOZLAN.
I want to put my eyes on it real quick. So the Houston Rockets are now below the first apron in position to avoid the luxury tackle of Fred. Okay, to open up at 14.1. Can increase payroll and trades and can sign and trade for agents. Okay. Players roster, total salaries, non-tax. Okay, first apron space. Okay,
so I mean that could be a space for Nikhil, Gary Trent, or Quentin Grimes. I don't know. So
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get into some draft stuff, Katie declined Cleveland. Before we get into some draft stuff, question to you and anybody in the chat as well. Do y'all think the Celtics should trade Jaylen Brown and Derek White, as it's probably the biggest, rumors right now in the market on Twitter, I'm saying, or even just in general? I'm seeing that Shams tweeted something like this. I mentioned this 3 different times now where Jaylen Brown is causing a lot of interest. A lot of teams want Jaylen Brown. They're calling the Celtics about Jaylen Brown. They're giving them serious offers for Jaylen Brown and even Derek White. There's value in both of those guys to a T. So I'm curious to know for you all in here and the two on the stage, do you all think they should trade Jaylen Brown and Derek White? For me, my stance is no. I don't think they should trade Jaylen Brown, and I don't think they should trade Derek White. I think they should keep that three together going forward. And that three I'm referring to Brown, White, and Tatum. And then see what you can do around them when Tatum comes back. I think they're next. Do I think they should? No. Do I want them to trade? JD, you a Heat fan, right? I think you're a Heat fan. I think next for the Celtics, next for the Celtics should be Sam. In my opinion, Sam Hauser can get traded. You got Peyton Pritchard on a great contract, in my opinion, with them making that $7 million and $8 million over the next couple of years. But other than that, when Tatum comes back, and I don't know their draft situation. Let me check to see. I don't know their Celtics pick situation. Can you see if teams have their future picks? Hold on. Let me see the Celtics. Okay. So next year they have their own first round draft pick. Anyway. So either way, whatever they want to do, they're in control of whatever they want to do as far as going forward. But Shaggy, JB, yes. White, no. JB can go. We should keep Derek though. Okay. That's free. I'm not mad at that. 11 time, how you feel about that though? Just curious.
About trading JB?
Do you think they should trade JB and White or Eaton?
I think it depends on the information they got. Like the Celtics, if you don't feel confident in because the knee surgery, whatever he had, right?
Yeah.
Did he shave off his meniscus?
Yeah. He didn't do the full. They said
he didn't do a full repair. So listen, if you think there's an inclination, because we seen how when B did shave meniscus, we saw D Wade whatever with the knee stuff. Like if he ain't fully repaired that, and you can get off of that, I mean, you might explore it. I think it depends on what the Celtics know in terms of the health aspect. And do you feel like you're capable of building out a championship roster again with those two guys making that much money? Do they think it's possible? Because remember, they made that team pre-CBA, pre-new the CBA. So going forward, do you feel like you can do that with those two guys? If you don't think so, then you capitalize on it now. I think this is probably the highest his value is going to be. I think you can. So if you think, if that's your line of thinking, you get a team to give you an crazy significant offer, you probably pull the plug and you do it. That's just how I think about it. You get a lot of assets back, then you can use those assets, down the line going forward. Couple up, a trade to bring another star, to Boston to play with JT. I think you look at it, and Boston has shown that, they'll move off this shit if they have to. And, so I think it depends. The health stuff with JB, and then also what do you think the future of the team is and team building. So
okay,
that's what I think.
Before I ask Tez and Joe, if you are in here, I need y'all to hit that thumbs up button on this video. Let me just check real quick. I think we have 48. Yeah, we have 48 people in here, but 18 likes. If you're in here, please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. As the fact that that's a daily sports show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. But also hit the thumbs up button on this video because I also can help the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across Fact and Stats and listen to the talks in here. I'll also be willing to join the stage and talk with myself and others as well. Immediately following this, we're looking at the NBA draft stuff. I'm going to put up the latest mock draft on Draft Express. Talk about the draft. Talk about some best fits. Talk about some trades that we can anticipate or expect to happen, and just everything NBA draft related, man. I'm excited today, man. I love the NBA draft. I love the NFL draft. Like I genuinely just love the draft, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So speaking on that part, I want to do something different, and I want to just get my feet wet with this a little bit, y'all. So please just the one that's gonna come, thank you. But for the draft side of things, y'all, I'm gonna take that to Twitch. Actually, it's gonna be my first time trying the draft thing out on Twitch. Check phone here. It's gonna be my first time. Yeah, I just. Oh, yeah. 1110 just sent that to me, low. So that's crazy. But shout out to you, though. I appreciate that. I'm gonna take the draft side of things to Twitch because I do want to see what it would be like hosting on Twitch. So as far as anybody do not know, it's just like YouTube. It's actually probably easier for y'all to come to the stage. It's just like YouTube. Make sure you all follow Twitch ahead of time. Within the next 5 minutes, we are literally heading to Twitch only. I'm live on Twitch right now, by the way, but I'm going to end on Twitch and YouTube, shoot my OBS up, and then go live on Twitch within the next 5 minutes. Make sure y'all follow the Twitch ahead of time. Also, I'm going to drop the Discord link in the chat as well. What are you talking about? I think low behind. I think low behind. Low. By the way, y'all, I think he's behind. Low sent me what 1110 just sent me. The Houston Rockets are now below the first apron. He sent me what literally 1110 just sent me. So I think he's delayed in the YouTube comments because why is he commenting? I think he's delayed. But either way, follow the Twitch ahead of time, y'all. On top of the Twitch, make sure you all join the Discord. The Discord is how you will join the stage. And again, I'm going to be Ted. You work today?
Nah.
Oh, so I know
I'm
Ted,
good.
right?
I'm
Ted will
good.
pull up and whoever else, right? But I'm gonna dive into the whole entire first round. I'm gonna look at the whole entire mock draft. I'm gonna be talking about everything. Yeah, I think he's behind. I'm gonna talk about everything draft related. Yeah, he's. But
Where my
Ted,
dog BJ at, man? Pull up.
yeah, and hopefully BJ will pull up, and I'll probably see where Eli at too, or something like that. But Ted, you got any comments on what I was about to say? You got any comments on what was it about? I'm confused. Oh, should the Celtics trade Jaylen Brown and Derek White after trading Drew and KP?
Man, that's tough because once you get Anthony, JV, D White, I mean, both of them. It depends, bro. What do they want to do? Do they want to? Is this a gap year? Like, what do they want to do? I think that's pretty much my answer. I don't. If they want to take a gap year, then yeah, I would. If not, no. I wouldn't trade both. I'd probably trade one.
Yeah.
But it depends on what they want to do, bro. I mean, what do you think they want to do? Do you think they want to take the gap year by trading? I mean, they traded two niggas who we already thought was gonna get traded. So now, okay, cool. That's out the way.
As I sit with 1110, and shout out to a couple of y'all that's going to the Twitch already ahead of time. Thank y'all for the support, truly. But as I'm sitting with 1110, I'm not sitting with her, but sitting on what she just said. I more so agree, more so what her line of thinking and why.
What did she say?
She basically was saying like they gave Tatum and Brown those deals pre this CBA, and now with Tatum coming back, like would they really be able to build a team with Tatum making 60+ million and JB making 57, 58? Or you know what I'm saying? So I think if they're going to trade one, and Derek White only at 30, I want to say.
So you trade JB.
You're going to trade, you trade JB, and like 1110 said, this is the highest his value will be going into this season. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is something they should have to do. They should do like literally right now, like this offseason. And it's gonna be big. I'm like, dang, what the hell? But listen, looking back at it, you got a championship out of it. You got multiple finals appearances out of it. You got Eastern Conference Finals runs out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should sit back, look at the situation, and understand it's probably the best move for them going forward is ultimately build that team around Jason Tatum. At the end of the day, that's the one they're trying to build a team around.
Yeah. And like you said, you got a championship out of two niggas.
I swear, Byron. I swear. Go ahead on my bad gang.
I can't even see his messages.
I also talked about the health aspect too. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I think I was where Low just at. My message was coming late too, but I don't know if it's YouTube. But I mean, like you said, bro, you got a championship out of it, and you got a championship out of the guys that you drafted. You know, these ain't traded players; these ain't free agents. You drafted two guys and got a chip out of it. Now CBA kind of, in a way, like you said, the money involved. So if you trade them, like you said, at the heat of the moment, it's gonna be like, damn. But you got to think about it, bro. They got what they wanted out of it, bro. So
I'm with you. I understand. This is gonna be something to monitor. Appreciate that follow on Twitch. Listen, we are 7.5 hours away of the NBA draft. I want to say one more thing while I'm in here. Y'all, please do not forget to sign up and join the Facts and Stats Playback Room. This is your first time in here. Playback.tv/facts and stats. It's an app you can download that costs $0. But I would not be shifting from YouTube to Playback anymore. I'm doing YouTube and Twitch and YouTube. Those are the main two things. Yes, sir. Yaz. Shout out to Yaz on Twitch. Those are the main two things. So all 46 of you all that are here right now on YouTube, please do me a solid favor. We should at least be getting to 30 or 40 on Twitch right now, coming up. 30 or 40 on Twitch right now. I need you all to follow Everett Jr. on Twitch. Twitch is just like YouTube, just like Playback, but it's better. It's a bigger platform. And that's the platform that I'm trying to attack now as far as all fact and stats related things. I'm going to put them down real quick. To everybody that came through, thank you. Soon as I restart on Twitch, which is going to come in like literally 2-3 minutes, we're going straight to the NBA draft stuff. To join the stage on Twitch, you have to join the Discord. And I'll drop the Discord link in the chat to make it easier for y'all again while I start to switch back up. So again, everybody that came through on the YouTube side of things, y'all, and the Twitch side, thank y'all so much. Peace, blessings, and love. Just give me 1 second. We're going to go right back live.